These butterflies are lino cut prints that I made years ago. I used paper cutouts and Caligo printing inks, using my own non-patented but Edgeworth Johnson invented printing techniques, using rollers and reverse printing and blotting one onto the other, etc. And paper cutouts to get the patterns. I think I've got some photos and videos that I'll put later in this video, photos at least. So yeah, so I've got all these butterfly images. I did 18 in total. I've given some away at Camden. These are the ones I've got left here. Stamped black ivory, individually lettered. Bang, 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 blackivory.org. Then I glued them to these. Here's a blank one. PVA glued the sides. Here's an interesting fact. Actually, follow me. I'll show you something. Where did I get the glitter idea from? From me. Here, can you see that? That, darling. That is a glittery riot shield by Jimmy Corti. Now I made that, I was working as his assistant. It was all his idea. I didn't do anything creative, but I made those in his basement in, when he used to live in Southwark. So I stole Jimmy's idea and his method. Yeah, I'm back in the studio. See, he lives in New Zealand now, so he can't stop me. So I took what Jimmy taught me how to do about 10 years ago and thought I'd do it myself. So I've got this glitter down the sides, and then I mounted the butterfly. The butterfly is on thin paper, and I just double-sided sticky taped it on there. Then got some hand stamped double corrugated cardboard and hand stamped it, double primed it. So much work. And then no, this isn't jute string, some other kind of string. Wrote all over the back. They're ready to hang. I can find a nail. Well, I can't find a nail, but oh, here's one. There you go. Look pretty good, I think. So I've got that one. I've already given a load of these away at Camden, but these are, I don't know if I'm keeping these ones. I don't think I'll keep all of them. But they've all got the writing on the back. See, I should have done this during the daytime, but I didn't realise that I didn't have a presentation video for them. I'm keeping at least some of these. And at the bottom it says free art, freeze art. If you go to freeartfreezeart.com, it will take you to one of the pages about my Camden Market demo. The glitter does come off a bit if you rub it. If you leave it on the wall, it'll be fine. But if you brush it against your coat or something, the glitter does come off. All right, brilliant.